Shannon's lawyers released explicit text messages from Jane Doe to Shannon to set the record straight. And these
don't manipulate me.
Oh, Lord have mercy. If you say that one more time, I'm going to choke out of you when I see you.
Isn't it crazy how a man could be so great at one skill? Like, I mean, get himself so far just off of his training, his regimen, his consistency, but he could lack so bad in one place in his life, and that one place that he lacks in his life can ruin everything else that he possibly worked for, everything else that got him to how far he has gotten in life. And this story with Shannon Sharpe is nothing far from that. If you don't know the story about what's going on with Shannon Sharpe, check this out right here.
Here's everything you need to know about the Shannon Sharpe lawsuit. I mean, you probably don't need to know any of this, but now that you've been added to the group chat, whether you wanted to or not, you might as well catch up and know the facts. Shannon Sharpe, Pro Football Hall of Famer, media personality. I saw as of recently he was supposed to sign an $100 million media deal. He is facing a lawsuit where he is getting accused of assault, shaker, and battery, and engaging in the intentional infliction of emotional distress. The lawsuit was filed anonymously in Nevada by Jane Doe, which means she's doing this all anonymously. I hope you didn't actually think her name was Jane Doe. She said that she was in a rocky but consensual relationship with Shannon Sharpe for 2 years. She says that she met Shannon when she was 19 years old at a gym in Los Angeles in 2023. Keep in mind, Shannon is 56. I digress. They had a consensual relationship for around 2 years, and then he assault shakered her in October of 2024, and then again in January of 2025. This is Tony Busby. He's the one filing this lawsuit. He's a trial lawyer from Houston who has filed over 20 lawsuits against Sean Diddy Combs. He filed a lawsuit against Jay-Z, and now Shannon Sharpe. He also was a part of the legal team that won settlements against Deshaun Watson for being accused of SA of over 24 massage therapists. Jane Doe is seeking $50 million in damages. Shannon and his lawyers have denied all of this and called it a shakedown and an attempt to get millions out of him. Jane Doe said that Shannon progressively got more violent with her. He was recording their meetings, without her consent. The lawsuit also says that he would threaten to off her if she denied his advances. Jane Doe's lawyers released an audio clip where Shannon said that he was going to choke the out of her. This audio sounded like a recorded phone call. Shannon's lawyers said that Shannon tried to offer her $10 million to settle the case before the lawsuit was filed, but she declined. Jane Doe's suit also refers to a separate lawsuit that Shannon is facing in New York with a woman named Michelle Evans, who claims that Shannon was in a relationship with her for over a decade, but assault shakered her during an argument in 2010. Shannon made a public statement on Instagram claiming that Tony Busby is orchestrating all of this to take down a black man and draw on racial stereotypes. This is where it gets weird and people are asking to be taken out of the group chat. Shannon's lawyers released explicit text messages from Jane Doe to Shannon to set the record straight. In these texts, she seems to be saying that she wants baby gravy and his big black baby in her. Then Tony Busby responded saying, yeah, but all of those texts were sent before the date of the alleged grape incident. I'll give my opinion in the next video, but
So I'm gonna give my quick opinion on how I feel about the whole Shannon Sharpe situation, whether or not I think he's wrong or not. First of all of this stuff is alleged. Nobody's convicted of anything, so all of this alleged, and this is for entertainment purposes only. Yes, more than likely, this woman probably seen Shannon Sharpe, because what she didn't say in that story is that Shannon Sharpe recently was about to sign a $100 million contract, I believe, for podcasting. So everybody can see, these numbers floating around. So I'm pretty sure she's seen an opportunity for herself, and she was like, maybe I could paint a picture, not knowing that he was gonna have receipts too. But on the other side, now that was the initial thing that I was thinking, but on the other side, hear people saying stuff like, well, why would you go back to him if he did that to you? Now that does mess up her case if it was true that he was really doing this stuff to her. But at the same time, some people do this stuff for money, which doesn't make it right, but it also doesn't make that it didn't happen either. So because I want y'all to listen to this audio right here. Tell me what y'all think.
Anything I say, you're just gonna get mad at, and you're just gonna hang up on me. So I feel like
I'm not gonna hang up on you. Here's what it is.
What does that even mean?
Nothing yet. You want to be a dick to me now, so.
I don't want to be. Don't manipulate me.
Oh, Lord have mercy. If you say that one more time, I'm going to choke out of you when I see you. Thank you.
Well, I don't want to be choked.
Yes, you do. I don't think you have a choice in the matter.
Anything I say, you're just gonna like get mad at and you're just gonna hang up on me, so I feel like.
So I know Shannon and his team, they said something about that's the kind of kinky stuff that they was into, but I think my biggest question with all of this was Shannon Sharpe being an analyst. I mean, this guy, he literally works for ESPN. He went to the NFL. He got to have some type of street smarts and smarts with numbers. So how didn't you see this finesse come?
She's so young that she could pop out. 20. She 23. Darnell. 20. Why you didn't date her mom? Why you go for the Darnell? I didn't date her mom because why didn't I date her mom?
Like, this girl was 21 years old. I seen some people saying she was 19 years old. Whatever. She was way younger than you. What do you think she wants to do with your behind being 54 years old? At what point in time does reality kick in? And what does this young girl want to do with me? Right? Why is she allowing me to talk to her like this? Why is she saying, oh, put this big black baby inside of me? After you see all these dudes get finessed from these Instagram models, these OnlyFans models, how don't you see the play while it's being played right in front of you? Because I don't see Shannon Sharpe being a dumb guy, but I think he has the same problem that Anthony Edwards has and the same issue that Zion Williamson has. For y'all don't know, Anthony Edwards just had to pay an OnlyFans model 18 years of child support. He chose to pay 18 years of child support so he doesn't have to deal with the child that he has with this stranger woman that he just wanted to sleep with. Then Zion Williamson gets exposed by a corn star, and I think he got her pregnant too. And you ask yourself, yo, what is it with these dudes? Why do y'all keep getting caught up with these girls? And honestly, it's for one reason. It is because y'all get so good at y'all skills, but y'all never learn to manage your lust. And this is why I feel like it's so important. As a man climbs the heights in life, it is important for him now to put down that hat. Put down that hat that he learned when he was growing up. That the more women, the better. A lot of y'all dudes, you have not been able to control your lust. So now you are 54 years old trying to mess with a 21-year-old, and your lustful eyes can't even see that she is playing games right in front of you. Why? Because your man downstairs is telling you, she want me. Yeah, it's game time. Yeah, she want Big Daddy. You convincing yourself of all of this because your analytical mind has been put down. But you never put down your lustful mind where you can think straight and tell yourself, yo, is she even worth it? Like, if I possibly risk myself, my $100 million, with her, would it be worth it? What I find so crazy is that a lot of men will shun on the man that's married and happy, or when a man says, you know what, I just want to settle down, you're like, you want to be a simp. Oh, you just want to bow down to a woman. Like the dude said in my video, you rather bend over on a knife for a woman when a woman will leave you at a drop of a dime. But then you see these guys that's moving in the single world and how they moving, they getting all these girls. Y'all wind up having to pay so much money to a girl that does OnlyFans, having a baby with the girl that does OnlyFans, or possibly losing out on millions of dollars, all because you want to run the streets and put your pee-pee everywhere. But y'all laugh at Russell Wilson, and for the life of me, I do not understand it. So now, at Shannon Sharpe's grown age, at 54, playing that game that eventually has to stop. I know some dudes is like, nah, I could play this game until, like, don't get me wrong, get your bag, get your money. But to you guys that say, yo, I'm not getting married, I'm not settling down, I don't care if I'm 54, it doesn't matter to me, I want to ask y'all a question. So y'all plan on never having sons? Y'all plan on never having grandkids? Y'all plan on not giving into your generation? That's what I want to know. And then if you do plan on doing those things, but you don't want to get married, so are you going to get a random pregnant? Like, do you plan on having kids by baby mamas? Because this is what I try to push whenever I talk about how good the married life is when you marry the right one. Or you're going to be 54 sitting here looking at 21-year-olds and now everybody's looking at you like a creep. Whether it's legal or not, But that's so wild to me that we sit here and we laugh at the Russell Wilsons. We sit here, we talk down on the guys that settle down and they go home to their wife. That's not the popular thing to talk about. So we talk about Future. Future, on the other hand, he got all these girls. He got this girl, he got that girl. It look like he living the life that most of these young dudes want to live. But Future is pushing 40, playing these games with OnlyFans models. Sitting here buying Birkin bags for OnlyFans models. But that's not simping. That is simping. A man that comes home and takes care of his business at home to a woman that feeds into his cup too, cooks and rubs his back too, treats him good too. That is not simping. A man that's running the streets and eventually winds up getting one of these OF girls pregnant and now has to give her money. Now he's getting pimped. So maybe he wasn't a simp, but now he's getting pimped. So that's the side of things that dudes do not know. I think the dudes that sit here and say they rather be single and have a whole bunch of girls on their line instead are dudes that never actually had that. Because I think the guys that actually has had girls on their line, they have somewhat came to terms with, bro, this shit not worth it. Like, what is all of this for? That's why you get a lot of these guys that get in the limelight, they get some money, and they don't know what to do with it. Like Zion Williamson, he didn't look like he was an attractive kid. He didn't look like he was a ladies' man. So now he gets in the light, and he doesn't know what to do with the light. The light is controlling him. So now you have these girls sitting here putting their hand in your pocket. To all my dudes, especially the dude that's like, yo, I don't want no girls right now, and respectfully. Now, I mean, if you're not in that place right now, by all means. But if you are like, I want to stack my chips, I want to keep getting money, then one day you get the money that you actually want. Have you gotten to the point where you learned how to control your lust? Because now there's more sharks in the water because you are bait. You have money. You know what I mean? But this is the side that us men aren't talking about. Instead, we say things like, we're going to get all this money and all the girls are going to be around. Can you control all the women that's around? Can you say no? Can the cool thing for you, she's an option. Look how pretty she is. She's an option, but I'm good. That's the W. Y'all give yourselves away once you sit here and put it in her. Because now she can say anything. It's your word against hers. So the W is really being able to stack your money. Understand that women are going to flock around you and be able to be like, nah, like, I'm good. You know, like, we can all be cool. I'm good. But you find a woman of substance. You're not just sticking your in anybody, because that's how these Shannon Sharpes, these Anthony Edwards, all of these stories from all of these athletes wind up happening. These men cannot control their lust. So for Shannon Sharpe, honestly, man, I just hope people learn from this story. Is he guilty? Is he not guilty? I don't know. Now, I mean, none of us really know. I know a lot of people getting online, and I think people kill their credibility when they hurry up and assume whether or not somebody's wrong or right. But I think more than anything, there's something to be said about these athletes, these people with big money. Like, you have a target on your back. So fellas, since they're not learning, what do I always say? A wise man learns from his mistake, but a wiser man learns from the mistake of others. So let's learn from their mistakes while you are building on your skills. And I even say this for guys that want to one day be married. You do not get good at just having one woman or being faithful to just your wife once you get your wife. You get good at being faithful with one woman by having that discipline while you are single. So fellas, I tell you this, while you're growing in your skills and whatever ventures, whether it's your job, whether it's your business, whatever it is, I want you guys to also put in work to have that discipline with women. And the craziest thing I'm gonna say, and I'm gonna get out of here, women want you more when you're not worried about them. Women like men that are on their purpose. They say they want all this attention, they want this and they want that, but no, they really want a man that is on his purpose. Their purpose gets the family somewhere. I'm not saying do it for women, but while you are out here thinking, I gotta get all these women, like, think about it to yourself real quick. Think about a group of girls. You have 3 girls. You have a girl that's mad easy. Like, she's mad easy. She's saying like the freakiest thing to the friend group. She's talking to everybody. Then you got a friend, she's not that attractive, but she's pretty cool. Then you got that other girl that she's pretty, but she's really quiet and she's reserved. Out of all 3 of those girls, who would you be the most attracted to? The one that's kind of to herself. She's not really overly pressed about the guys. She's not being rude, but she has like some type of standards and respect about herself. You could smell that. Ladies could smell that on us too. So the more you focused on you, the more you had that sexual discipline, the more you will attract anyways. And the higher the chances of once you get up to the top of the echelon, you can hold on to your success. But anyways, y'all, it's been your boy Ty Boogie. Until next time, man, I want y'all to hit that like button, subscribe button, turn on my post notifications. Until next time, man, I'm out of here. Peace.